This episode of Weekly Weird News is sponsored by Quip and by Bespoke Post.
Now, before we get to this week's usual absolute mountain of COVID-19 news, let's start with the latest in what is apparently becoming a long and bizarre pattern. First, there was Graham, the freakish-looking man designed by the Australian government to survive car crashes. Then there was Alice, the BBC's idea for the perfectly evolved woman. Then there was Emma, the office worker of the future, presented by the Fellows Office Supply Company. Well, now meet Michael, the future gamer. Now, you may not like it, but this is what peak gaming performance looks like, gamers.
Yeah, seriously, don't get upset. This is your evolution.
That's what a winner looks like.
Although the name Michael, it could have been like Bryce or something like that. Something more Gen Z.
Could have been anything.
Sure. But anyways, this was designed by the scientists over at onlinecasino.ca, which is one of Canada's top gambling websites. Now, Michael here is a dark and terrifying glimpse at what will all be in just a few years if we don't get our gaming addictions in check. And it comes at the perfect time, right as many of us have literally nothing to do with our free time except play video games. So let this be a cautionary tale. If you keep this up, you're going to look like this in the year 2040. Now let's briefly run down some of the physical ailments that Michael, and one day you, will be dealing with due to your gaming addiction.
An indent in your skull from always wearing that headset, bald patches in your hair from lack of sunlight and vitamin D, bloodshot eyes and dark circles around your eyes from sleep deprivation and too much screen time, hairy ears from a lack of air circulation. I didn't know that was a thing.
Okay.
A hunchback and rounded shoulders from just slouching all day in that gamer chair of yours. A big old gut from eating too much and not exercising. Pale, eczema-riddled skin from a deficiency in vitamins and also too much stress. PlayStation thumb from excessive controller
You
use.
hate to be Sony with this.
Yeah.
They couldn't have called it Xbox thumb?
Yeah, come on, guys. Carpal tunnel from too much keyboard and mouse. Blisters on all your fingertips. Arthritis. Trigger finger, and varicose veins and swollen ankles from just sitting playing them games all damn day.
I like that they do point out that he's both a PC player and console player within those ailments.
He is the quintessential gamer.
Yeah, quite literally. And also, he does look like the office lady because it's kind of the same,
Same aesthetic.
Sitting at a desk all day. They
Yeah.
could be married.
They could be.
And create horrendous children. So I guess we're fucked. But wait a second. Hold on. Consoles and PC gaming have been around for way longer than 20 years. Shouldn't there already be loads of people out there who are essentially Michael? Why couldn't the experts at onlinecasino.ca, Canada's premier gambling website, just find some actual lifelong gamers suffering from all of these ailments? I don't know. Whatever. I'm sure they had a good reason to just do this instead of actually go find someone. Just
they've got to be out there.
Commission this horrific sculpture instead.
Cool.
The problem is they're like, we got to look at gamers who've been playing games their entire life. And they went over to Funhouse and they were like, wait, hold on.
These guys are all jacked.
Yeah, this
doesn't fit my preconceived notions.
Exactly.
Just make the sculpture.
And there's lady gamers in here too.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, this is just some 90s level fear-mongering. I mean, like, yes, there are definitely people out there who game way too much and put gaming ahead of all their other responsibilities.
When they should be gambling.
Yeah.
That's what I don't get about this.
Yeah,
It's like, this is what
put
you
down that controller and sit back down at the computer and
for some gambling.
Do some gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I mean, people who are addicted to gaming and gambling probably are in some terrible health because of it.
Yeah.
I mean, long-term, spending most of your time gaming or just at a desk doing anything, not great for you. But also, it's entirely possible to play a lot of video games and also remember to make time for exercise and eating right and sitting up straight. You can do both.
Yeah.
And you should do those things. If you do game a lot, you'll feel better. Even if you don't, though, you're probably still not going to look like Michael unless you just really, really, really let your shit get out of hand.
He looks like an alien. It's like
Yeah.
if they were like, this is what gamers are going to look like in 150 years.
Yeah.
Then it'd be like,
20 years.
all right, we're all having fun. 20
Yeah.
years? No, that's absolutely not.
So anyway, this is a pattern. Can't wait for the next one of these concept humans. At this point, there's enough of them to like start their own league of shitty superheroes. So
Yeah.
Keep them coming.
Yeah. Anyways, in other non-COVID news, a video spread across the internet earlier this week that left us and millions of other people thoroughly confused at the absolute chaos it contained, and also just a lack of any real answers about what the hell is going on. It was making the rounds, confusing everyone, and entertaining.
I
was confused and entertained.
Twitter loops videos automatically. I watched it like 10 times in a row.
Yeah, it's like watching or reading a Where's Waldo book. You're trying to spot new things every single time. And there's a lot to see
layers.
there. Yeah, it opens on a motel, apparently in the city of Commerce, California, that is just absolutely getting flooded. A single room on the second floor is just spewing a literal waterfall out onto the parking lot. The fire alarm's blaring, and then suddenly a soaking wet man standing outside the hotel room climbs over the railing, and before anyone can stop him, he jumps onto the roof of a Nissan Murano parked below. Since the car is soaking wet, he then loses his balance and slips down the front of the car onto the asphalt, shattering the windshield and denting the hood in the process.
Yeah, he gets up to casually start, walking away.
Nothing wrong here.
Nothing happened. But immediately a young girl around 9 years old starts screaming bloody murder at him for the damage that he has done to her family's car.
Yeah.
Wet guy, he saunters off camera. But the screams continue as if wet guy just killed her grandma or something. Back upstairs, some random dude in a medical mask gives a thumbs up, despite nothing in the scene seeming to deserve such a gesture.
Whatever.
The mask guy, he then points his finger at wet guy, who has not escaped. He's apparently just taken a knee near some plants, like 20 feet from the car that he just destroyed.
Yeah.
So not much of an escape. The screaming continues. Then a housekeeper approaches the flooded room, and we see the windows are there. They're also shattered.
Yeah.
That's another just little detail here.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So yes, there are a lot of questions here. Why was the room flooding? Why is the fire alarm blaring? Why was the window broken? Who is the wet guy? Is that his motel room? Why did he jump off the second floor onto a car instead of just, taking the stairs? Why is that little girl in such extreme agony over the windshield of her family's Nissan Murano? Who's the mask guy? Why did he give a thumbs up? Why did the wet guy go through the trouble of making a spectacular escape to then just squat next to some plants 20 feet away?
It's baffling. The whole thing is baffling.
I have a couple theories.
Yeah. So there are many questions. Few answers.
Yeah.
And the person who shot the video, Instagram and Twitter user Prophet Amen Raw, happened to just be walking by as the chaos was ensuing. So they,
Is he the one that's basically saying, what the fuck, the whole time?
I think that might be them.
Okay.
So their original explanation on Twitter was that the wet guy was trying to kill himself by flooding the entire hotel room, which doesn't really make
I'm going to drown myself in a man-made aquarium.
any sense.
Yeah.
According to TMZ, though, the guy not only turned on all of the faucets, but also just busted some pipes in the ceiling.
Yeah.
They didn't mention any suicide attempt, though. It still doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
But when you knock those fire things off, they put a lot of water in.
Yeah. TMZ, they also said they reached out to the fire and sheriff's departments, who said that neither the car owner nor the hotel pressed any charges against the guy, and that the wet guy says that the room just flooded itself completely unintentionally.
It was just one of those wild things that happened.
Yeah, so I don't know. This unfortunately seems like one of those mysteries that we may never find the answers to, but the memes out of it were great.
Yeah, the video was a wonderful treat in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
My theory about the girl is kids... they get a lot wrong. But they also see things as that's it.
Yeah.
Like your favorite teddy bear when you're a kid. That's the only one you want. If you lose it, you're heartbroken.
Yeah.
I'm assuming this kid looks at that family Nissan and is like, that's our property, and I love it, and I've only ever known this car. Yeah. And now this big wet guy has just ruined this thing that my family is essentially living out of right now.
Yeah.
That's our house because we're in a motel and stuck here because of coronavirus.
Yeah, that's another question. It's why are all these people staying at a motel in the city of Commerce in the middle of a pandemic? I mean, I'm sure some of them, they have no other choice, but it is strange.
Yeah.
Of all places, at all times.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people are saying oh, he was smoking weed in there and it set off the fire alarm, but that's not how it works. Those alarms, they've got a piece of glass with mercury in it that if it heats up enough, it bursts and then it goes off automatically. So
it's and plus weed's legal, so just go out in the parking lot and smoke.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Or I've said this trick before, but you take the shower cap, you wrap the shower cap over the fire sensor.
Yeah, or just go to the parking lot.
Do whatever, anything but this.
It's legal.
This is the result, but it is beautiful, and I would love to see a painting of it.
Yeah, this was the highlight of my week probably. It's just all
the little things these days.
Yeah, just some good absolute chaos on the timeline.
I saw a video today of a cat tucked into bed. It really brightened my day.
Anyways. Now on to the coronavirus news. If you're a sports fan, this has been an especially bad time for you.
Yes.
Every major sports league is shut down for the foreseeable future. And aside from the WWE, your only options are esports and just rewatching old broadcasts. Even the Ultimate Fighting Championship, who were planning a pay-per-view event for next weekend on tribal land with no crowds in attendance, have had to postpone their event because ESPN, they weren't cool with it. Guys, this is bad.
What a bunch of squares.
I mean, it's tribal land, ESPN, sovereign territory. It's not beholden to the white man, the pale faces, shelter-in-place restrictions. This was totally fine. Come on.
You hate to see it.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
Well, despite UFC 249 not being no longer proceeding as scheduled, Dana White and the UFC, they still have another plan up their sleeve. A plan even more clever than using tribal land, a private island, or Fight Island, as Dana White calls it. Earlier this week, the UFC president told TMZ, I have a private island that I've secured. We're getting the infrastructure put in now, so I'm going to start doing the international fights too, with international fighters, because I won't be able to get international fighters into the US. I have a private island that I'm going to start flying them all in and doing international fights from there. What could go wrong? Is he getting the island from Fire Festival?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. He also said, we have all of our planes and everything. Everybody's going to be pre-tested and tested. We're going to make sure that 100% healthy athletes, healthy athletic commission people, healthy judges, referees, my production people, everybody there is going to be healthy. We're going to make sure everybody's going to be safe before, during, and after the fights. Later.
Why not just stay on the island? If you're all healthy and they're together,
yeah,
just hang out there for a while.
Maybe make it some sort of tournament.
Like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and maybe name the island Outworld.
Yes, but they should actually do if you lose the fight, you have to leave the island and go back into the COVID-ridden America or United States or your own country, wherever you're from.
High stakes.
Yeah.
Later, White told ESPN, quote, we will be the first sport back. Fight Island is real. It's a real thing. The infrastructure is being built right now, and that's really going to happen. And it will be on ESPN.
So yeah, it looks like you can add the plot of Mortal Kombat becoming real to the stack of unexpected side effects of COVID-19. Cool. Meanwhile, Australia's National Rugby League is also reportedly considering a similar plan. Basically, just moving all the league's players plus training staff onto a currently empty luxury resort and ferrying them onto the mainland for televised but crowd-free games. And on the surface, both this and the UFC plan, they seem safe enough. If everyone's constantly getting tested and is quarantining together, that's fine. Right? Maybe. But it also means hundreds of people interacting with each other, and if even one of those people is sick and slips through the cracks, that would be very bad. And they'll all just die on that island together.
Well, we wanted to bring rugby back, but we ended up killing all of our players.
Now there's no rugby ever.
We're worse off than before.
But listen, we admire anyone and everyone who is thinking outside of the box.
Yeah, this is some serious moxie.
Yeah.
They're not letting the rules get in the way of innovation, and that's what America and apparently Australia are all about.
Yeah. And whatever the new island is, whatever they call it.
Fight Island.
It's
Rugby Island.
I'm sure that Fight Island is up for grabs.
Yeah.
With the International Committee of Island Names.
Aside from sports fans, another group of people who are not dealing well with all of this is, of course, evangelical American Christians.
I'm covered in Christ's blood.
Yeah, this is, after all, Lent. Easter is the most important Christian holiday of the year. And, last Sunday, Palm Sunday, also a very important holiday that many Christians simply cannot stay home for, like this lady in Ohio.
I wouldn't be anywhere else.
Aren't you concerned you could infect other people if you get sick inside?
No.
People who don't go to this
No.
church.
I'm covered in Jesus' blood. I'm covered in Jesus'
But what
blood.
about other people who don't go to this church who you might encounter?
All of these people go to this church.
No, but you're going to be in places where other people
I go to the grocery store every day. I'm in Walmart,
What?
Home Depot, all of those
But you
people.
could get them sick from what happens in
They
the
could
church.
get me sick, but they're not because I'm covered in his blood. Thank you very much.
So yeah, that's not great.
We need to put all the fighters out on that island and cover them in Christ's blood.
Yeah. Yeah, you show up on the island, they throw a bucket of blood on you like Carrie, and
There you go.
no more COVID.
Done.
Meanwhile, Louisiana pastor Tony Spell, who we previously talked about because he got arrested after holding large church services despite Louisiana's ban on large gatherings, he says he's moving forward with an Easter service with an expected attendance of 2,000.
Woo!
He told Reuters, Satan and a virus will not stop us. God will shield us from all harm and sickness. We are not afraid. We are called by God to stand against the Antichrist creeping into America's borders. We will spread the gospel. And maybe some COVID.
Yeah.
They might spread a little bit of that.
I like it. In the imagination of these people, it's like those art prints where you see Jesus like taking the heroin for you.
That's my
or like
favorite
driving
picture.
the truck. It's
Yeah.
Jesus just holding an N95 mask on all the people's faces as they pray.
That's right.
Thanks, Jesus.
He's going to turn all those saliva particles in the air, he's going to turn that into wine.
It's going to be delicious. We're all going to drink each other's spit.
Yeah.
In another update, Liberty University, the evangelical university in Virginia that inexplicably told students and staff to return to campus after spring break and then had at least one student test positive, they're now trying to pin criminal trespassing charges on 2 journalists who came to campus to cover the story. They're also threatening to sue the New York Times for libel because they reported on Liberty students having COVID-19 symptoms. And down in Florida, as we've talked about, Ronald Howard Brown's church was forced to close due to his repeated violations of rules and large gatherings. But now his lawyer is claiming that after Ronald Howard Brown's arrest, the church was dropped by its insurance provider, which makes sense, but sucks to be him.
Yeah, and what's especially funny about Ronald Howard Brown is that had he actually followed the rules on large gatherings for a couple of weeks, he would now be totally in the clear because Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has since issued an exemption for church services. It's totally fine now.
Yes.
But yeah, Ronald Howard Brown can't hold services now because he doesn't have insurance anymore. It'd be a huge liability.
And he's ugly as hell.
Yeah.
Had to get that in there.
Yeah, he's not a good-looking man.
No.
He also has a weird accent. It's like
it's very strange.
He's from South Africa, but he's lived in the American South for long enough that he has this sort of hybrid accent.
It's very strange.
Other Florida churches, like the one in Orlando run by Pastor Rich Vera, they are continuing business as usual with big Palm Sunday services last weekend and big Easter services this weekend. As Vera said last Sunday, quote, "This is not a time to hide. This is not a time to chicken out. And this is not a time to listen to online sermons only. This is a time to gather together in His presence."
Fuck all of you. So whatever. Presumably dozens or even hundreds of other churches throughout Florida and in the dozen or so states with similar church exemptions will all be holding Easter services this weekend. Great. Now, in another example of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis demonstrating how little he cares or knows about any of this, earlier this week he claimed, quote, "This particular pandemic is one where I don't think nationwide there's been a single fatality under 25. For whatever reason, it just doesn't seem to threaten, kids." He also said, quote, "I think the data on that has been 100% consistent. I've not seen any deviation on that."
I mean, close, Governor. Close, but not quite. I mean, while the deaths for people under 25 have been extremely rare, there have been a few.
Yes.
The data is 100% consistent about that. And just because the death rate for that age group is super low doesn't mean non-fatal infections for young people wouldn't also be a super shitty experience to go through, or that young people infected with coronavirus somehow wouldn't be spreading it to older, more vulnerable people around them. I just can't with you, man.
Sorry.
Between this and Georgia Governor Brian Kemp's comments last week about how it was news to him that the disease could be spread asymptomatically, it seems like these 2 governors in neighboring states are in a competition to see who can have the worst takes on this pandemic. I mean, DeSantis is reopening the churches. Kemp is reopening the beaches.
A day after he shut the state down.
Against the wishes of a lot of these beachside towns who were like, no, we don't want people fucking coming here.
One near the South Carolina coast was like, we had already shut this down and now you're telling people you can come here? We don't want them here.
Please don't come here.
Please stop, yes.
And there's no lifeguards on any of these beaches. It's a fucking shit show.
That's the America I remember. No lifeguards, none of that pussy shit.
So I guess we'll have to just wait and see which one of these governors gets more people killed in the end.
It's a race.
It is a race.
Yeah. But hey, in some actual positive coronavirus news, a zoo in Hong Kong that's been trying in vain for 10 years to get their 2 pandas to fuck has finally found success now that the zoo has been shut down for over 2 months. Pandas in zoos are notoriously not horny despite their population numbers being so low. So this is great news and hopefully provides some valuable insight for panda conservationists. They just needed a little bit of privacy.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have them in fucking zoos with loud noises. Maybe when you want them to mate, you put them somewhere where they're not going to be fucking bothered.
Just like humans, there are probably some pandas that enjoy being watched.
Yeah.
But for the majority of pandas, they don't want people watching them.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They require peace and quiet.
Yes. On the flip side, though, in a bad zoo news story, a tiger in New York's Bronx Zoo has tested positive last week for coronavirus. And it's believed that several other big cats at the zoo are also infected.
Damn.
So it turns out cats big and apparently small can get the virus. I hope that's not true.
That's
I
true.
also hope I don't get it, but I also, if I did get it, I wouldn't want to give it to my cat. Also, apparently ferrets, but not pigs, chickens, ducks, or dogs.
Yeah, dogs, they can get infected with it, but they have antibodies already that just cancel it out. Cats do not.
Well, we should find these dogs and kill them and take the antibodies. Little dog soup.
Yeah, take their adrenochrome, inject it into my veins. Speaking of tigers, told you yesterday there's a new post-mortem episode of Tiger King dropping this weekend. Not really an episode, it's more of an after-show thing.
Yes.
But in other Tiger King news, at a White House briefing this week, some fucking dipshit from the New York Post decided that instead of asking President Trump relevant questions about the pandemic currently crippling the nation, he would ask him if he had any plans to pardon Joe Exotic. Now, Trump, to his credit, didn't take the question very seriously and doesn't seem to be familiar with the topic at all, despite Don Jr. loving Tiger King.
For the wrong reasons.
But also not understanding...
I watched Breaking Bad and I love that Heisenberg.
Yeah, Don Jr. watched Tiger King. He's like, wow, I should buy a tiger.
Yeah.
But Trump's ultimate response to the question of whether he would be pardoning Joe Exotic was, I'll take a look. So that's cool.
He did have a lot of fun with the question, though. Who said that? Don said that? Yeah, it sounds like Don.
Are you suggesting that? Because that's not very ethical as a journalist.
Anyways, we should stop him from doing these press conferences because he's using them as rallies for like the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe just keep Fauci up there. And at the very least, I would make a compromise and say, let Pence stand up there, but don't let him talk too much. If he's the head of the coronavirus task force, fine. Keep him up on stage. Have Tony Fauci doing all the talking. Get Trump as far away from that microphone as possible.
I'll say, not the biggest fan of Mayor Eric Garcetti in LA, but his press conferences have been quite good.
Yeah, they're short, concise. They get the information out.
Well, no, his last one where he extended the stay at home was like an hour long.
Oh, God.
I watched the whole thing. It was very informative. Yeah. Gavin Newsom's press conferences have been pretty good.
And you got nipple piercings over there in New York doing his press conferences still.
Cuomo, release the fucking prisoners, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. You got to clear out Rikers.
Anyways, in other Trump news, we talked on this week's Tech News Day about his obsession with hydroxychloroquine and him potentially having a financial stake in a company that produces it. It all involves mutual funds and the drug's patent is expired, so maybe nothing. But now there's another potential conflict of interest for Trump and hydroxychloroquine. One of his big super PAC donors is a Mar-a-Lago member who works for a bunch of pharma companies, apparently as a top sales representative. It's suspected by some that this guy may have been the one to plant hydroxychloroquine in the president's head. Not literally, but you get it.
Yeah.
Who knows? But what we do know is that the guy's name is Joseph Pizza. Joey Pizza!
It's like a Chuck E. Cheese character.
He's Joey Pizza. He was apparently at one point in a band called Muffin.
Joey Pizza and the Muffins.
Great.
Not
sure what to do with this information, but much like the guy from the Olympics, it's a funny name.
Dick Pound, Joey Pizza.
It's easy to look away from the things that are going on with a funny name.
Yeah. It's just amusing. Joey Pizza. I didn't even know pizza could be a last name.
It's pretty creative.
Yeah.
They were like, they came into Ellis Island.
Yeah.
All right, what's your last name?
It's like Picciolotto.
Yeah, now it's not going to work here.
Pizza. What do Italians make? Pizza. Yeah. He can name his kid Pizza. The kid's name would be Pizza.
They dress him like Little Caesars.
Yeah. One last thing before the headlines. We told you last week about cops in India wearing custom-built coronavirus helmets while out on patrol enforcing shelter in place. Well, similarly, some dude in India that's a civilian and not a cop has custom-built a coronavirus car to drive around and, I guess, spread awareness or some shit. I mean, car might be overselling it. It's probably just a go-kart in there. But that custom job is quite impressive, actually.
Yeah.
We're not sure how exactly this helps the situation, but, it's always nice seeing people being creative while quarantined, doing the best with the current situation.
Sure, they're having fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's talk about this week's sponsors and thank them very much for sponsoring this show. This episode is sponsored by Quip. Quip, they're makers of the Quip electric toothbrush, and they want you to know the one single discovery that matters most for your dental care. It's simply this. If you have good habits, you're good. That means brushing for 2 minutes twice a day and flossing regularly, no matter what brand you use. Quip makes that simple, starting with an electric toothbrush, refillable floss, and anti-cavity toothpaste. Quip's electric brush has sensitive sonic vibrations with a built-in timer and 30-second pulses to guide a full and even cleaning. Why am I doing this? It looks bad, but it's good when you do it with your teeth.
It does. The Quip floss dispenser comes with pre-marked string to help you use just enough. Plus, Quip delivers fresh brush heads, floss, and toothpaste refills to your door every 3 months with free shipping, so your routine is always right. Join over 3 million healthy mouths and get Quip today, starting at $25. And if you go to getquip.com/weeklyweird right now, you'll get your first refill free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/weeklyweird. That's GETQUIP.com/weeklyweird. Quip, the Good Habits Company.
Yeah, both of these links are down below as well. This episode is also sponsored by Bespoke Post. If you're like us, your mailbox is a fairly depressing place. Utility bills, political flyers, coupons, trash. But you can make your mailbox a whole lot more interesting with a monthly box of awesome from Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post sends guys only the best stuff every month, and no matter what you're into, Box of Awesome has you covered. From style and grooming goods to barware, cooking tools, and outdoor gear, Box of Awesome has carefully built collections for every part of your life.
Just look at these boxes. There's a cocktail set, there's a beer brewing kit, there's a scrimshaw blade etching kit.
They sent me a knife.
It's all cool as hell. And to get started, you just take a quiz at boxofawesome.com to help them pick the perfect box of awesome for you. They release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories. It's free to sign up, and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. Each box costs only $45, but has over $70 worth of gear inside. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code WEIRD at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code WEIRD for 20% off your first box.
Well, now let's get into the weirdest headlines of the week, starting with one that I never thought I'd see in my entire lifetime. LA has the cleanest air in the world, report says.
And this may not be true, but it was based on...
Like big cities
yeah,
or population density.
It was based on one, pollution group's analysis of the past week.
Garcetti's giving him money on the side.
Yeah, I don't know if they have the cleanest air in the world, but...
it's very nice
for
here.
Major cities, yeah, it's been eerily nice out, which sucks because you can't really...
Go out and
can't really go out, but
see the beauty of nature from your car.
I mean, the lack of a lot of people driving and the fact that it's been raining a ton the past few
less
weeks.
Flights.
Yeah, less flights.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You can see like 20 miles, which is weird. Usually your distance is about 5 miles tops.
When I was coming in yesterday, I saw like houses on a mountain, and I didn't even know that was there.
Yeah.
My entire time living here, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like it was just like insane.
Yeah, it's really eerie. But
it was basically looking at Glendale from like the other side of town. It was nuts.
The
picture of Echo Park.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. All these pictures look fucking fake.
Yeah.
People are sending their drones up and getting like panoramas of the city. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like LA at all.
No.
It's
this
fucking
is
weird.
I miss the old LA. No,
Yeah.
I don't. I do not.
No,
Please,
I don't.
I wish we could keep this forever, but it's probably not.
On
gonna
bad
happen.
days, like my eyes start watering. So this is great. It's not gonna last, but
Back in the 90s, they had days where you couldn't go out and play on the playground.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool though to see like, hey, if we actually fixed, emissions and all that,
Yeah.
this is what we could have.
Yeah, this is like
This could be us, but you playing.
It does suck because it's like a worldwide science experiment of whether cutting emissions would actually do any difference. And everyone who believes that it wouldn't do any difference is like, yeah, okay, we'll just look the other way now, and whoops.
Yeah, and like fucking a bunch of cities over in like India that are usually just, they look like shit.
Yeah.
They're beautiful, like blue skies, no haze at all. The side-by-side shots are, it's wild.
The Earth is very happy with the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her.
Hey, did you ever think about maybe we're the virus? Shut up.
Deep thoughts. Deep fucking hey, put the bowl down, Junior.
Yeah.
I see you smoking.
In other news, driver caught doing 130 miles per hour claimed he was trying to avoid catching coronavirus.
Everybody knows that the coronavirus travels at exactly 129 miles per hour.
Trying to outrun that disease. You're on the road, and like if you have your vents open,
It's just blasting straight through.
so you close the vents.
Yeah. Blast the
Drives
heat.
super fast. You blast the heat. The heat kills the virus.
Yeah. Heat and speed. The only two things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he got a ticket.
Oh, well, he only got a ticket because that fast, they'll fucking take you to jail. But I guess
This
going to
was
jail right now is like kind of hard unless you're...
Yeah. This was
Dude,
in
it's a
England,
violent
I
crime.
think. I don't know. They might
How the
have...
fuck did he get to 130 on an English road?
No one's out driving.
I guess you're right.
The roads are empty.
Yeah.
It's easy to go fast. It's also easy to get caught.
Yeah. Wow, here comes the only car on the road.
Yeah. Oh, it's a cop.
Moving on. Shoppers in Mexico are panic buying beer during the coronavirus crisis.
Yeah, it's because we talked about this last week. Beer brewing is non-essential down there, and like I'm pretty sure all the beer companies have enough stock to last like a few months, but people, a lot of towns and like states in Mexico have made the problem worse by like banning or limiting sales of alcohol. So yeah, people are freaking out and just like buying a closet full of beer to hopefully last through it. I mean, I would go fucking insane if I didn't have access to booze right now.
Yeah, it's a necessity here in the States specifically. But it was actually good to see that nor the panic buying nor the actual food supply being affected that much, because like I went to the liquor store the other day. All the stuff that was gone after like the first 2 declarations, everything's back in stock. Everything's fine. I had to go back to Target the other day. There's lots of stuff in stock. Things are getting handled. And also,
toilet paper is back on the menu, boys.
Sometimes. It's kind of rare. But I want to give... They have improved. The Target here, I no longer felt like I was going to die. They've made everyone wait in line out the door now. Okay. They have a man with a gun at the door.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean,
I saw crazy. Like Open Table has shifted their business model to supermarket reservations.
Yeah, it's cool.
So if you show up and you can stand in line, but like if you reserve it ahead of time.
Yeah, they're also doing the pickup thing. There's a guy standing out front just scanning people's phones and just going to the bags and handing them the bags.
Yeah,
it's great.
This is all great. This is all shit that should happen already.
Mm-hmm. We just needed a little nudge from Mother Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're the virus.
Hey, do you ever think about maybe we're the virus? Put the bowl down!
Put it down! A mayor ordered police to crack down on social gatherings. They found his wife at a bar.
I didn't mean for me.
Look,
me and my family can go do whatever they want.
I am a mayor. Obviously, I'm clean.
Didn't we talk last week about the I don't know if it was a mayor or not, but they took their family to the beach after they closed the beach down?
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Famously, Chris Christie did that when he, back in the day.
That was the best photo, too.
He shut down all the beaches in New Jersey and then
took his family.
Went by himself with his family, just sitting alone on the beach.
Yeah.
It's good to be the governor.
Yeah.
This mayor, he told the cops, he's like, you go make sure no one's gathering, and they found his wife at some bar, and he's just like, fuck, like...
She does this all the time.
Treat her like you would any common criminal.
Get her out of here.
Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe some, I don't know if that marriage is in the best shape.
Yeah.
But, good. Middle-aged crowd break COVID-19 stay-at-home order to watch Pink Floyd cover band chant "Fuck the police" as officers arrive. This is New Jersey. It's a bunch of Jersey boomers who aren't gonna, they're gonna die on their feet rather than live on their knees. They had a big old backyard concert in the neighborhood. Everyone came together. It was a big old block party. They're playing Pink Floyd poorly up there. Police show up. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? You can't do this.
Did they throw pudding at the cops when they showed up?
No, they were shouted "fuck the police," and they're like, I think one of them was like, "Welcome to Nazi Germany."
I also like it's not like they're a Rage Against the Machine cover band. Yeah. Like, I mean, Pink Floyd is obviously political, but like pretty vibey when it comes down to it.
Yeah, it's not like a real raucous thing. I mean, they got a few bangers, but
sure. I mean,
but most of it's like kind of chill.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Anyways, a Florida county is reminding people to maintain a distance of at least one alligator between each other. Which, I mean, that is a unit of measure for Florida.
Yeah.
Everybody knows how long a gator is. Some gators are really long.
Yeah.
There's a couple that are short, but those people are assholes. They're like, sir, we've said alligator, not baby alligator.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, I got this alligator right here, so that's as close as I'm going to get.
The best, I guarantee, maybe the lamestream media isn't reporting on it, but I guarantee you that someone in that county, when they saw this, were like, oh yeah, well, I'll take my pet alligator out and walk it around so everyone knows exactly how long the distance is. Do you see the guy that built the helmet? With the pool noodles coming off of it?
Yeah, well, he's like...
genius.
That guy's like immunocompromised. He had an oxygen tank.
Yeah.
So he's going out shopping at like fucking Costco or something, and he's like, how do I get people to stay the fuck away? So he just strapped a bunch of like pool noodles to his head.
You gotta try to find the picture for the video. It's great.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, good for him. Hope he doesn't die.
I'm worried about you. American Airlines crammed the only 11 passengers on a flight into 3 rows because they only bought basic economy, report says.
Sorry, but if we let you do it, we gotta let everyone else do it.
Look, I know
the fuck do you mean everyone else?
There's plenty of room on this flight for social distance, but Should have bought those upgrades, guys. They weren't that expensive.
Yeah, I would have been like, hey, fuck you. We're the only ones that bought tickets. You're lucky that we're even here.
This is extremely petty. I mean, I've been on some like half-full flights where they're just like, sit wherever the fuck you want. We don't care. So this is crazy that like only 11 people on the flight. And it was like the back row right by the bathroom.
Yeah, perfect.
Like, why can't I sit up there? It's like, that's an upgrade. Sorry, buddy. Should have thought about that.
Yeah. I mean, if you hand me over your credit card right now, maybe we can make something happen.
Yeah. Cool.
Now,
Frenchman rescued from mountains after breaking quarantine to buy cigarettes.
So
he tried to go over to Spain.
Okay.
It was just on the other side of a, little mountain. Mm-hmm. Apparently they're not selling cigarettes in, I don't know if it's all of France or just this guy's town.
God.
But like the
France on suicide watch.
I know. Like that seems like a bad idea.
And you can't have bread either.
Cigarettes do make it easier, or like if you're a smoker, if you get COVID, it's
because
worse.
you're already gonna have like a suppressed lung capacity.
But
depending on
this is France we're talking about. Like,
this is like taking hamburgers away from Americans.
Yeah, I mean, what's next? They're gonna take away their wine? Gonna take away their fromage?
You'd have they would literally bring back the guillotine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the French government, they need a stimulus package, deliver 1 carton of cigarettes to every household in the country.
Yeah.
Like, this guy, he tried to go over to Spain, he drove around in his car, but there was police blockades everywhere. So he's just like, that mountain's not too big, I'll go over it. But he got lost for like a day and he's like all dehydrated and disoriented.
Yeah.
And they had to rescue him with a helicopter.
It's a modern Donner Party trying to get cigarettes instead.
I hope he at least got one.
Yeah.
At the end of it.
Yeah, I hope one of the cops gave it to him.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Good effort.
Yeah. Czech nudists told to wear face masks by police.
Yeah, they're still allowed to sunbathe.
Yeah.
It
would be cute if they made them
Czech
little
Republic.
face masks on their wangs.
Well, then, then they wouldn't be nudists. They'd be
prudists.
Prudists, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, walk around with your ding-dong at the beach, but fucking cover your goddamn mouth.
Just don't let that dick sneeze.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Americans are driving less because of the coronavirus. That's hurting red light camera revenue. Oh, man. Pour one out for the red light camera companies.
Also, it's a good time to reevaluate your insurance company because there's, I think, 3 or 4 that are doing discounts on insurance.
Oh, I should look into that because I'm not driving much.
I have USAA, and they gave us a 20% discount this month. Yeah.
You call it AAA.
That's not insurance, is it?
Yeah, they do insurance.
They seem like a decent company.
They are, and because my dad joined in like 1970, they consider me a like 50-year member.
Oh, I'm only a member of USAA because my wife's dad served in Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's kind of stolen valor, though, isn't it?
I mean, but it's me doing it, so it's okay.
Do you go to the lounge at LAX when like...
Yeah, the Bob Hope. Yeah, my father-in-law was in Vietnam.
I've got the USAA card right here. So. Isn't that good enough?
No, I think it extends to your family forever, and since we're married, that's why I get it.
I'd like my veteran cocktail now.
Well, after this, we get to go to all the VFW halls because we served in the Corona War on the front lines, making content.
Yeah.
So it won't even matter anymore. You should get USA. You should call up USAA and try to get on their insurance plan. You don't understand on the front lines.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
Man fined for 240-mile round trip to buy bread.
Was this person French as well?
This was back in England.
Oh, okay.
This guy was also going super fast. Not as fast as the other guy, but he was going like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He was driving like to London from 240 miles away.
Yeah.
People are going crazy. My parents are so fucking bored that my mom's like, do you have a N95 mask yesterday? And I'm like, no. And just like 2 hours later, they were like at my house. They drove fucking 45 miles. They're like, here's a mask. We didn't have anything to do. We needed to get out of the house.
Your parents risked their lives.
They did.
They drove so you could crawl.
They did.
Yeah. Anyways, speaking of the bread thing, like just make your own, and everyone online.
Everyone's making their goddamn bread.
You see that guy that was like all upset about it today? He's like, all these stupid hipsters making their bread, and it's like, what? Everyone's just stuck inside. Just give people a break.
Yeah, and it's apparently not that hard. It's you
need the starter.
Yeah, making the starter takes a little while, but it's literally just like flour and water, and you feed it and keep it covered and whatnot. And
fucking hipster.
I looked into this, and it was still even as simple as it sounded. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't think you could buy starters to put into it.
Yeah.
But I think those are all sold out now too because everyone's fucking making sourdough.
Yeah,
it is delicious. I do miss some fresh sourdough.
I have a bakery at the end of my street. I've been getting bread from there. It's fine.
I'm going to call the Garcetti on him. Sir, bread is not an essential service. You need to shut this place down.
No, it is essential.
Sure. This is probably my favorite headline of the week. Louisiana police apologize for using the Purge Siren to signal coronavirus curfew.
Yeah, they got a fucking curfew. It's like 9 a.m. to 6, or 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. And they're like, we didn't know it was the siren from the Purge. We just thought it sounded cool for this.
Yeah.
So they had fucking big siren towers, like they're hurricane towers.
Playing the Purge song.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
the
the video came out weeks ago where someone was doing it to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Not that this is an asshole thing. And it's fucking horrifying. There's like 2 sirens that I can't stand. It's this one and like the old...
Air raid siren?
No, the old meat wagon ambulance sirens. I forget.
Air.
Yeah, it's just like unsettling.
Yeah. So that's funny. Republican Wisconsin Assembly Speaker wears protective gear while telling voters they are incredibly safe to go out.
It's a wonderful image and video.
Yeah, and that primary, just an absolute fucking shit show. People are actually going to die. Mm-hmm. Like the number of polling places in the city of Milwaukee, which has like 1 million fucking people in it. There was supposed to be like 100 of them. There was 5.
Yeah.
And there's just like all these horrible pictures of people like lined up for miles. Just standing around. Some of them
Bernie
with masks,
sacrificed
some of them
his campaign to save lives.
He did. He's, it's fucked up. The whole thing's fucked up.
Now we got Joe Biden. Thanks, everyone in the whole fucking country.
Good luck with that.
Thank you all.
Yeah. Soccer star Kyle Walker, sorry for sex worker party during COVID-19 lockdown.
At least he apologized.
This guy's a fucking superstar. And, for us, having to stay at home, that's one thing. Maybe watch some Netflix, play video games. This guy's used to fucking any woman he wants.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he had to put together a little coronavirus orgy.
He called up the king of Thailand, and he was like, let me get some of your girls.
You got any spare ladies?
Yeah.
Now it's this came out, and the whole soccer world not very happy with him. The team sounds like they might drop him.
Well, he apologized, though, so it's okay.
He did apologize.
Yeah.
So no harm, no foul.
Mm-hmm. Scammers are selling blood and saliva from a coronavirus survivor on the dark web.
Yeah, it's got antibodies, so you just
shove it up your ass.
Shove it up your nose, shove it up your butt.
Yeah.
And you're good. You're immune now.
You need a healthy turd from a coronavirus survivor to shove up your ass.
Yeah.
And then you're all good.
The old deuce transplant.
Yep. Keep it in.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't buy other people's blood or saliva from the dark web or shit. Don't do it.
It's probably not even real.
Yeah. The $1,200 in your coronavirus stimulus check is exactly how much you need to build a guillotine.
Yep, very funny. Love it. Perfect.
Yeah. Think about it. And that's potentially thousands of guillotines.
Yeah.
You could really get a lot done with all of those guillotines.
Has anyone I'm asking the audience, has anyone gotten their stimulus checks yet? Leave a comment below.
I've only seen people doing fake screenshots of it where it's like their bank statement, it's like stimulus check, Pornhub premium account.
Yeah.
There's one, it was like stimulus check and then Vladimir Putin direct transfer and then Bernie Sanders donation.
Good.
I don't know.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
and then show us pictures of your guillotine.
Yeah, and if you live in Canada, tell us about your stimulus, which is way better, way more comprehensive than
ours.
In
fact, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, actually. Robots replaced Japanese students at graduation amid coronavirus.
Well, it's better than that. Although it was fake news, it was funny.
The Minecraft one?
No, the Roblox. High school is going to do graduation in Roblox.
Yeah, the Japanese one, it was those robots. It's like basically an iPad on like a set of wheels.
Oh, yeah.
But they put a little
Roblox.
Yeah, this and Sash.
It's adorable.
And the people at home, they could control the robot and like go up and do the
clap. Throw the hat up in the air.
Yeah, I don't know if they could do that.
No.
I don't know if that's a Japanese tradition, but hopefully someone threw it up.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Venezuelan Navy boat rams German cruise ship and sinks.
Yeah, this was really weird. I missed this last week. But,
German engineering, baby.
Well, because the cruise ship, I don't know what happened. So this German cruise ship, they didn't have passengers. It was just the crew, and something went wrong with the ship down in South America. So they needed repairs. Mm-hmm. They got a little too close to Venezuela. They say they were in international waters. Venezuela said they were in Venezuelan waters. Mm-hmm. And it's unclear. I think the Venezuelan military, they're like, you follow us, we'll escort you to this island to sort this thing out. And then the cruise ship...
And it was Fight Island.
The cruise ship was like, can you give us like half hour, 60 minutes to like call up our headquarters and just sort this out? And they're like, no. And they started shooting at the ship, ramming it. But the cruise ship is like, they use it in like Arctic rides.
Ice breaking?
Yeah, it's got a really strong hull, so the Venezuelan ship just it sank. Yeah,
That's great. Yeah.
and fucking Maduro's like claiming that it wasn't really a cruise ship; it was like an act of military aggression. Because I guess Germany wants to. It's fucking so stupid.
I love that like any country would look at a cruise ship right now and go, we should go on that cruise ship and put ourselves in immediate danger and then bring them into our port and expose thousands.
Yeah, the whole situation's very odd.
Cruise ships are a weapon right now. That's why it was an act of aggression.
They are.
Yeah.
And final headline, Trump order encourages U.S. to mine the moon.
Oh, perfect. I wonder how that could affect anything here with the gravitational pull or, I don't know, any number of things that are hypothetical situations.
Yeah, I don't think we're mining it anytime soon, but the real story is like...
Barron plays the Minecraft. We'll
back in like 1960, like the entire United Nations, I think they all signed an agreement that like the moon is no one's territory and like no one owns anything on it.
Yeah.
So Trump is like going against that by
Well, of course
by
he
doing
is.
this.
Yeah.
Just like, nah, if you send the drills up there, it's yours. The moon's
Yeah, we
yours
got
now.
the flag on it. It's fine.
Yeah, so that's fun.
But wasn't it, was it Japan that was going to nuke the moon?
I think China?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Nuke the moon.
That moon is like a German cruise ship.
That'd be
though.
cool to look up at night and see a little mushroom cloud on the moon. And then it just starts coming closer.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
What have we done? All the tides go out.
Yeah.
Tsunamis everywhere.
Well, that's what happens, apparently.
Yeah, well, we figured it out. Anyways, that's it for Weekly Weird News this week. Be sure to check out our 2 most recent episodes over here. We have a brand new episode of Tech News Day that you should watch about futuristic toilets and new toilet tech. Yeah. We also have a brand new episode of News Dump where we mourn the XFL and give you guys our honest opinion of Quibi, which isn't very good.
It's not good.
So check both of those out. We also did a new podcast this week on the Patreon.
Yeah.
So head over to the Patreon if you're a member, or the YouTube community tab if you're a YouTube member. And we'll see you soon for another week of Lockdown.
Lockdown.
Bye-bye.
Bye.